Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming, and we are, yes, back into Prison Architect. At the end of the last episode, we had the unfortunate incident of 4 prisoners escaping. Yes, indeed. They escaped from these 4 cells down here. When we discovered that it had happened, what we did was we went to the shakedown just to, try to find the tunnels, find out who escaped. And although we did find out, because there wasn't anyone in these cells here, yes indeed, that the ones here did, what am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Well, there weren't any prisoners in these cells, so it was pretty good guess that yes indeed, those guys had tunneled. Unfortunately, well, the shakedown did not even find the tunnels that were being built or dug. And as a result, we ended up having to go to the last resort of having our workmen dismantle every single effing toilet in the prison. Yes, I said effing because I've played this in previous alphas, and what ends up happening is, you have dogs, roaming, sniffing. I didn't even have any alerts that someone was tunneling, and doing shakedown is really not that effective. And when one of the updates, 26 or 27 or 28, somewhere in there, they actually made it so that if you did a shakedown, prisoners who might be tunneling at the moment, they hear the commotion happening and they get back to their cells. So unless you're lucky, your guards won't actually find the tunnel. They won't find them digging. So pretty much you're at the mercy of them escaping if they make it to the edge of the map. It could mean that we just need perimeter walls just to force them to try to tunnel in a different direction. But, yeah, I wasn't too happy. This happens so often that, yeah, it annoys me. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, that sort of rant. But yeah, we had to tear off all the toilets, and ironically, these guys were also tunneling. Yes, indeed. They only got to about here, but it was only because we tore off these toilets as well that we found the tunnel. And, of course, over here, he was starting to tunnel as well. So yeah, even though we did a shakedown, even though we searched all the cells, I don't know what the best way to find the tunnels are other than hoping and praying that you have enough dogs. And it could be that we need more dogs. We are making $1,400 a day, so it might be a good idea to buy 2 more dog handlers. And it might be a good idea to go into deployment and add a second dog in here. I don't know. Maybe that'll work. Maybe they will alert me that, and I do notice the things that pop up, the flags. Maybe they will detect. Maybe I just need to put 10 dogs on here, and eventually they will find it. Of course, the fact that they can all tunnel. They have a lot of time to prepare their tunnel to get to here, and it doesn't take them much longer to get to here. It's, of course, because I built too close to the edge of the prison, and I don't tend to do that. I usually leave at least 10 gap and make sure I have, like, prison or the anyway. Yes. The one thing we love the most, the prison escapes that you cannot avoid. It's nice that they're in there. It's nice that they are able to attempt to escape. But what do you do to minimize the amount of escaping that does happen? That's what I'd like to know. If I build my prison right, really, escape attempts are something that's really, really rare. And it really takes months for them to escape. And that's one thing I don't like with this design, where you have the cells right up against the... Anyway, enough of that. And just to confirm, yes indeed, we had relayed or placed all of our pipes in advance of needing this cell block. And right now it is 5:10 a.m. So we are going to be getting prisoners, 25 of them, in the next 2 hours. What we are going to do is bump it up to another 26. 26, and I did notice that I'm going to need a few more pieces of pipe. Just connect that. Anyway, let's let them get going, and alright. Did I forget? Yes, I did. Okay. So this will give us 70 regular cells, and this is going to be converted to protective custody. Not that we need it, but because I want to actually keep prisoners out of this area, because I have them, in here, and then they, roam off here to use the common area and yard, and then they come back here and they try to get through here. It's really annoying. Anyway, with that said, but this was really the main part of the prison. This is kind of like an afterthought. Anyway, let's look to see what we need to finish these cells. We have about $3,000, so we can buy about 15 jail doors. And these are going to be valid cells. We just need to put some doors on them. And that's all the doors we can buy. Let's go to cells. We'll do those. We are at 7 a.m. so the prisoners will be coming in. We have a total capacity right now of 59, but that's no problem. And yes, we are going to need a bit more money. And what's happening here? 18 prisoners have serious complaints. 1 prisoners are shackled in their cells or in solitary. Why is that? Why are you shackled in solitary? Anyway, I guess you don't like... You have 14 years to serve, found drugs, 2 days in prison, okay. One thing we can also do is we can dismantle some of these solitary cells, just because we are going to throw them on these cells here. We're going to need $200 for beds. And the prisoners are going to be coming in. So fortunately, we are getting... Where's intake? Yeah, 13,000. So that, yeah, we should be able to more than handle prisoners coming in. And there we go. We got the money. Let's lay down beds. Finish off these cells. And then we are going to put in jail doors. Nope, not there. Alright, so that is covered. We have 9,600 left. We actually can put these back in. And let's take a look at our prisoners and see how the reception is working. So they first have to bring them into the reception room. Then they get searched. And what I may want to do is hire a few more guards, because I am up to 70 prisoners. And I have 11 guards. Let's go to 14. 15. Yeah, that looks good. So they are going to search those prisoners. They're going to strip search them. And then they should get more clothes. Clean set of clothes. But yeah, this is why you don't really want to bring in a massive amount of prisoners at the same time. They need to use that door. And he got some drugs or alcohol. Alright, so it looks like they're not very efficient. They're kind of bringing prisoners in and then searching some of them. They're then giving them clothes, and then why are you bringing them through security? Why can't you just... Okay, yeah, this is annoying. What should happen is once they're finished with reception, they get their clean clothes, they should go out the door and be free and on their way. Of course, I guess they have to be assigned to cell. So, okay. It just means that we are going to need even more manpower to bring in prisoners. Lovely. Alright, so I am up to 80 cells, and what I will do at this point is deployment, protected only. This area is now protective custody, and interesting. Even though this is all part of the same room. Where is it? Deployment. I can apply these separately. Oh, interesting. Alright, so that is now effectively protected custody, which pretty much means there won't be any more prisoners here. We can... No, we don't want them locked open. Normal. And why is there a thing of eggs sitting right there? And now, since we actually do not need any guards in here, we will do that. But we are going to want, and it could be that I didn't have any guards deployed in these areas. Yeah, let's put one in there and one in there. Reform program. We are currently 7 of 15. Yes, this could be a little bit more of a orderly process. We got these guys. They are in for their drug treatment. There's this guy. He's working. He's a skilled fighter. So what we actually should do is take a look at, yeah, there's our volatile and stall vehicle quick. No, that's someone different. Strong, skilled fighter, and quick. That's the guy. Mr. Dix. We got a tough and volatile, tough and strong. Skilled fighter is there. Arranged 3.1 hours ago. So it looks like our range 3.4 hours ago. It looks like our phone taps are working, as that information is what comes as a result of the phone taps. Alright, we don't know anything about him. Oh, there is a snitch. We got a snitch, so it's a good thing we... Where is he? Is this him? He's volatile and he's a snitch. He's a known informant. So you, sir, are going to become protective custody. You now have a yellow uniform. Let's just hope no one wants to shank you right now just because you have been singled out for being not in a, yeah. Alright, so just to ensure that he doesn't go off and wander around, we are going to make the canteen medium sec. We're just going to make all this medium sec. Although, we may want to have one of these as... Well, for now, we're just going to make this entirely medium security. And this is pretty much staff only. And yes, that's right. Alright, so I don't really like how he's bringing him through the security room. So what I can do, since I don't really like that, is I will just do something like this. I will get rid of that. And demolish walls. And we are going to lay down concrete tiles. Oh! Right there. There's another tunnel, potentially. So we are going to have to come back to that. Oh no. Not concrete. Well, concrete tiles. Alright, so what are we going to do with this? Do we do a search cell block? Yeah, let's do so. And just because, let's throw in, say, 2 guards. We'll hope that just a general cell block search like this will be less likely to trigger prisoners who might be tunneling from actually alright, well, they haven't found anything. I hope that wasn't just a false alarm. So what I'm going to do, just because I don't want yet another escape, we're going to dismantle these toilets once again. And no, I don't want to dismantle that bed. Let's dismantle that. No, not the... I don't want... Okay. Was that the only light in there? Let's add some light, shall we? Usually what I like to do is put them in the cells here. Oh, there it is indeed. We have yet another tunnel in. And yes, of course, searching the cell once again had no effing effect. Oh. I don't know how many times tunnels have been found after removing the toilets. Let's put the toilets back in, shall we? Yeah, that needs to be balanced. It definitely needs to be balanced. It is too easy for them to tunnel. It'd actually be nice if the phone tap, presuming of course the prisoners were talking about their escape plans, if the phone taps actually revealed that there was potential information that you would be able to find out. Anyway, these prisoners are kind of all... Let's hire up a few more guards, shall we? And just because. Not guard patrols. Let's just remove one of those. It is currently 6 p.m. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 prisoners. So the prisoners came in at 8 a.m. It is about 10 and a half hours later, and they've only been able to process about 19 of the prisoners. Even though I've added a whole lot more guards. Yes, I did do a search over here, but really, get these guys into the prison already. So, even though we found a potential one here, it didn't really help because he wasn't really sniffing, I don't think. Anyway, we are currently at a capacity of 78. 78. Why is that? Okay, we're back up to 80. That's indeed correct. We have 1 protective custody, and that's exactly why I built this. Get this set up ready for any protective custody, just in case they show up. That way I don't have to scramble around later on trying to figure out what the hell am I going to do with the protective custody. What we are going to do next is finish up this cell block. I have $2,700. What I'll probably have to do is start this construction and then bring in more prisoners. It's about 8:30, getting close to 8 o'clock at night. So in about 12 hours game time, we'll bring in probably 20 more prisoners because that's what we can hold. Actually, we can hold 21 more prisoners because one of those prisoners is currently down here. And we have 5 prisoners that are up for parole. So, Arno Adam, what is your story? 41% reoffending chance. No, you're not going to get out. Because what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to bump that up. Just for you. No thanks. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to keep that at 20%. And I think that'll be it for me today. And yep. They are working in the security office. I just need to take care of this. Yeah, this is a staff-only place. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to access the security room. That would just be dumb. Anyway, thank you for watching my episode. And the aftermath of course, the escape attempts. And my little rant on how futile searching their cells for tunnels is. And that ultimately, to find them, you have to dismantle the toilets. That's all I have to say for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a good day. Bye-bye.